Hello everybody all over the world! This recording is from a little over a week back when I was trying to get some bot footage for the Save TF2 video that I made, but that didn't end up happening because every game I joined had no bots in them. So I ended up just doubling down and making the previous video in case you haven't seen it. So this is the second game that turned out to be rather interesting, so I wanted to share this with you guys. So this map, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna play Sniper, just have some fun, and casual, which is very rare because I only play on my community servers. Be sure to join the Discord for when we play and stuff. It's probably the best experience you'll ever have. So this is about the duality of man, or mans, in TF2. So we start off, I see the soldiers just standing there, kill him. Alright, no big deal. And he just goes, okay. You know, what do you think he's gonna say after this, after getting headshot like that? Well, he does something unexpected, or something that's very rare. He's like, didn't respect the sightline already, showing some knowledge of the game. And there I get stabbed by the villain of this video, fuck you, which is a spy, and he was dancing around as a scout there. So I didn't really, think too much about this. So moving forward a little bit, we can see that he's there, and he's just kind of like trick stabbing people, and I see this, and I'm like, alright, so we got a trick stabbing, probably Dedinger using a kunai spy here. So we gotta be a bit careful with how we approach things. So there he goes, jumping as a scout in front of everyone. I get the confirm that he's dead, and I don't need to look for him anymore. So throwing some Jarate, counter-sniping the other sniper, and just overall trying to help with the push. And get a pyro, and there I actually don't see the guy because I was focusing looking in front of me and checking the scoreboard, and he kills me. And you can see he's still killing people, like he gets another kill after me. So, he's kind of being a menace to my team. So, moving forward a little bit, nothing too interesting happens. Just a bit of a skerfuffle here with the other team, trying to do something here. I hear a medic call spy, I call spy as well. It's important if someone calls spy that you parrot it, so the information can travel further with your team. Trying to get something here, having embarrassingly bad aim. Twerp saying sorry after he kills some people with a random crit. And then I run into a couple of pyros, and I remember this isn't balance mod, and I can just be stupid and get kills for it as sniper. Twerp says silly crit. So, fast forwarding a little bit. Just looking for some shots here. I see that fuck you kills him, and the evil shovel goes off after him, and if you look in the kill feed, fuck you has now backstabbed 3 people. And then I look in the kill feed, and I see that Great Diam kills fuck you, so I know he's dead. So far, he's been, doing a stereotype of just being a kunai spy that kills players that's way worse than him, and just killing those on the repeat and using the same strategy. So here's an interesting thing. So I want you to just listen here. Alright? How did I know he was there? Well, the answer is that I was pretty focused this game. I wasn't distracted, so I actually heard the screams of the demo and the heavy. If you listen again. So with this type of spy player, you gotta be careful with your movement. You can see that I'm not running forward after I hit him. I run back in order to not get trick stabbed. So we forced forward a bit more and just, trying to do some sniper stuff. Like the engages have been, when I've seen the spy, it's been in my favor and hasn't really, been a menace and shut me down constantly. He's been fairly easy to deal with because he's been extremely predictable in the way he approaches. He disguises as scout and jumps on things and tries to trick stab you. That's sort of like been his forte. So what happens here is actually going to be pretty interesting. So I want you to just pay attention to what happens now. Alright, you see that? That was the exact same strategy he has used the entire game. Not mixing it up, just doing the exact same thing. And of course it says, ah yes, the crutch karate loadout. To which I reply, says the spy with the gun, the kunai and the dead ringer on. It says the spy with the kunai and dead ringer, you know. Jarati's crutch, but the kunai and spy's crutch as well. So here's his strategy from an earlier clip. You can see he's jumping on things as a scout, and here I'm just not paying attention. I'm looking straight ahead and checking the scoreboard. I get stabbed, you know, it's fine, that's on me. But here, he sees how many people is on the cart. There's like 5 blue guys. So I just back up and let him not do anything, and then he just get absolutely mauled. I would have killed him if I didn't hit my teammates, you know, gotta be careful when meleeing. And then he just, you know, talks some trash. Like, oh, crutch. And then there's like someone, you know, defending me and stuff like that in chat. It's like, you're playing the easiest class while I'm playing the hardest. Sniper is hard. It's like the amount of things you have to do right. Otherwise you do nothing. Like, spy is hard, yeah, but in a different way. And he's feeling that because I see him and I don't walk into him, and he's like, oh, my game plan is ruined! And then he's bitching about it. And, of course, you know, counter sniper is just to literally at any point in time just rush him down with literally anything you can think of. Which is pretty good. And of course there's some banter in the chat going back and forth, and, you know, being like, yeah, they're both equally hard. And he's like, yeah, but in their different ways. So here's the spy again. Actually lands a headshot, but doesn't kill me. And I get killed by a roller, and he doesn't get an assist. So fast forwarding a little bit here. Gonna run out here and just try to do a bit of a sniping. I can see that there's like spies on the outlines. I think, you know, are they friendly or are they enemy? Well, we see the fucker is stabbing this Russian guy who told someone to kiss. And there's another spy. There's 2 spies. Oh, there's the trick again. Did you see that when it was like jumping as a scout? Maybe it was the other spy? Who knows? So here's something that's pretty interesting regarding this twerp guy. Look at how fast he says sorry after killing someone with a random crit. We get hit at 138, and before there's 136, he has already said sorry. It's like less than a second reaction time on that guy. What a Chad. So, fast forwarding a little bit. That's not the fuck you, that's another spy, but we see a lot of that with spies just like, you know, decloak in front of you. Or right behind you, and hope you're like not paying attention, not listening, and you're deaf and listening to music and God knows what else. So here, I want you to just look at this last interaction here that happens with the spies of the other team, right? So this is a fairly busy choke, and using Dead Ringer here kind of makes sense. So do watch. And then he rage quits. And of course, I type, I made him rage quit, and everyone was happy. So there was a lot happening in this engagement, right? So first there's this first spy who dead ringers, and then he gets triggered dead ringer, decides to uncloak right in front of me, decide to do the jumping scout trick in hopes that I'm gonna run forward, tries to bait out a matador, or trick stab, whatever, doesn't get it, fails the second trick stab, where I should have died, and then he, like, where is he looking? I'm going backwards. You're not reacting to what I'm doing. You're just guessing, which is called a read. And then he rage quits. So what's fascinating about this rage quit is that look at the timer at the top. He dies at 43 seconds. And then he rage quits at 41. So he was like halfway into 43. So it was like 1.5 seconds before the rage quit, which is pretty fascinating to me. So yeah, that was just a little story I wanted to share with the Giga Chad twerp. It's just like, oh, you know, that's pretty good. I should, you know, I respect you. I'm sorry for random crits, all that stuff. And then you have the other guy who's like, fuck you, play spy, does the same thing over and over, and when it doesn't work, he leaves. So who do you want to have as a friend? If you meet twerp in the wild, should be in the EU somewhere, tell him that we think he's a cool dude. So that's going to wrap up the video. Be sure to join the Discord in the description below. We also have a Steam group where you can get announcements for when we play. We've also recently gotten a Singapore server for balance mod and man machine, so if you're in Asia, you now have some options to do that. We got a lot of cool stuff coming in the future. Yes, that's a word. So be sure to check that out if you can, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and hopefully in-game. And here's an interesting interaction in case you don't know. If you meet a spy with a kunai that is at 70 health, and you use the Deadringer and you get shot, you actually have more than 50 health, so a body shot that's coming a second time will not be enough to kill you.